Hey everybody, I'm Sam Haymart and you're watching Growing Older Gay. Today is part 7 of our 10-part series, Surviving Anti-LGBT Politics. And today we're talking about expanding your chosen family. And why do that? Well, especially in these times, we don't want to do this alone. This is a consequential time for the LGBT community, just as consequential as the AIDS crisis was back in the 80s and 90s, where then we literally had to fight for our lives. There was a government that not only laughed at the situation, they didn't do anything about it. They had to be forced through politics, through the halls of Congress, through marches in the streets to get things going to actually start solving that matter. And ACT UP and a lot of groups came about during that time that are quite famous. Google those things. Well, today we are in the same type of period, only the difference today is not only is it us and our community, but it's a big swath of Americans. Minorities, women, other people who are not white heteronormative Christians. Everybody's got a target on their back. So as the people that are under the gun, so to speak, we have a target on our back. We don't want to do this alone. The first thing on the list is find your tribe. Well, what does that mean? Do I need to become a Native American and go join a tribe? No. Most people in the community already know what that means. It means we find a group of people, we find a club, an organization, an outlet, some kind of a hobby group, whatever it is, a church. Yeah, a lot of people that I know in the gay community participate in their church. There are churches out there that are welcoming and affirming and give you a place to be gay and also love God. There are leather clubs. I'm part of leather club scene. I love being part of the community. We do a lot of things for charity, a lot of events, a lot of things that help uplift our community in ways that are very positive. And everybody's got interests. Everyone has passions that really find themselves looking for a group of people that they can have camaraderie and fellowship with. But the most important thing is we don't want to go at this thing alone. We want to have an opportunity to get out of the house, stop doom scrolling, and get with people that we can commiserate with, but also gain opportunities to participate in the community with. And that helps us overall to really find a purpose in some ways. It helps us have opportunities to do something. And it just gives us a sense of joy and fellowship that almost every human being out there wants. Yes, I get it. Some people love being alone. They don't love people. They don't want anything to do with society. They want to stay home and doom scroll. Be that person if you want. But my suggestion is get out of the house, find your tribe, find some people to love and to become part of the fabric with. Building off the last suggestion is sort of a step 2 in that, and that is surround yourself with people that you love and who love you back. Life is short, man. Don't be around people that you have to justify your existence with, that you have to constantly convince that you're okay. Now, I understand we have family in our lives sometimes, and sometimes we live with them. We have people that we work with that we can't always control. But ultimately, you only live once, people. You have all the control in the world over all of the external people that you choose to have in your life. You do. If you want positive people that understand you, that love you, that you can love and that you can have something in common with, that you can have a bond with, that you can have a relationship with, whether it's friendship, a partner or anything in between or multiple people like that, you have the choice to do that. And I know it's hard for some of us who aren't necessarily extroverts. I did not used to be an extrovert. And I really had to push myself to learn to get out into the community and make myself vulnerable and build friendships and relationships with people. And it never hurts to ask people, hey, can I have your phone number? I really like what you said or what I've heard from you. I'd like to get to know you better. Most people respond pretty good to that. We need to have camaraderie and fellowship in our lives. We need to have somewhere to go when we're having a bad day. And we need to have somewhere to go to help us celebrate the good days. And again, playing off that first suggestion, having a group of people around us that are part of our fabric helps us to have purpose and opportunity when those things come up. Number 3 on our list, lean into your community with your passions, your efforts, and your energies. They need you. They need you. This is a very difficult time for everybody out there with the new winds in Washington. We need to be able to act, we need to be able to be seen, and we need to be able to be heard from. And there's a lot of people that go to events, they go to club meetings, they go to gatherings, whatever those things may be, and they just kind of, they're there, right? It's time for a lot of us who have the ideas, who have the energy and passion to lean into that and do something for our community. Start an event, volunteer for an event, volunteer to help a group. I've seen a lot of people out there online who are just, they want to do something. They're saying it. I want to do something. I want to affect change. I saw one post out there on social media the other day that said, I want to start a new 501c3 to help the LGBT community. And that's a great idea, but there's a lot of those that already exist in most big areas. Volunteer for one that already exists. Believe me, they desperately want and need your help. A lot of them are actually, their funding's getting threatened right now because they were taking federal grants and now they're saying, well, if you do this and you do that, we're not going to give you the money anymore. And so there's a lot of organizations out there that are going to need our help. We're going to need to volunteer. We're going to need to start new clubs. I have a group of friends here in Phoenix who just started a new support group for those of us in the community who are freaking out and worried and scared about what this administration is going to do to us. And they're putting together monthly meetings and having experts come in and tell them how they can protect themselves and how they can arm themselves. That's what I'm talking about. Be involved. Lean into your desire to change things and do something with your efforts. Number 4 on the list, be the friend to others that you want them to be for you. We all have this list, this template of what we want our friends to be, how we want them to react, how we want them to be there for us. The best thing that we can do as people, doesn't matter if we're LGBT or not, is to show up for our friends in the same way we want them to show up for us. Lead by example, right? If you want your friend to be X, Y, and Z, practice that yourself. Be there for them. Ask them how they're doing. Be available. Give them your time. Invite them. Invite them to be part of your life. Offer your help when they need it. Check in on them. Tell them you love them. Give them a hug. Let them know that you care about them genuinely. You know how many people out there never hear that? You know how many people out there never hear I love you, even from a platonic friend? There's a lot of people that are in relationships that never hear that. The point is you want to treat others the way you want to be treated. It's leading by example. Just be a good person and offer yourselves to other people in a way that you want them to be offered to you. And I have found that over time, you start attracting people that really sort of mirror those values. I have. Over quite a few years, I have accumulated a group of people around me, sort of my core friend group that's much smaller than the wider tribe, as it were, that we all tend to feel and think the same way about how we interact with each other as friends and friends with benefits and the more detailed relationships that I have. And that gets down to the fact that I made a decision a long time ago to try to be the person for others I want them to be for me. And it works almost every time it's tried. There's people out there that it doesn't work on. They're still assholes, but there are people that it does, and they're the important ones in my life. So try that. There it is, folks, our sort of short list. All 4 of these ideas sort of overlap each other, but they move through a thought process, which essentially says, don't do this alone. We are more powerful when we are together. We're more powerful when we're all on the same page. And we're more powerful when we love each other. And we have a lot out there in this world in the next few years that our power is going to be needed for. So there it is. That is it for today, our 10-part series. The playlist is right there. You can see all of the episodes as they're put up on that playlist. And I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, because we do a lot of other content that's not this. And we really need the subscribers. We're a brand new channel, just launched this last month. So either way, please stay tuned.